everybody, it's Tempe, or Florida Nerd 12, whatever you want to call me, and welcome to my newest video, which, as you can see from the thumbnail and title, is making my own design of the popular character from Gravity Falls, Bill Cipher. Now, I'm going to have a little kind of speech about this in the video, but I'm kind of stuck on how I think people should interpret making a literal triangle like Bill a human, but we'll get into that later in the video. Welcome to my channel, or, you know, if you've been here before, hey, nice to see you again. This video, it really stinks, but because I was preparing for Art Fight, which, if it's still July when I post this, go check out my Art Fight account. It's just under Florida Nerd 12. You know, you can easily find me by typing me in the new search option, which I find very helpful. But this video was supposed to arrive in June, aka Pride Month, because I was like, what better of a way to finish off Pride Month than with the most, flamboyant character of all, Bill Cipher, who canonically wears mascara and he has boots and gloves on, and we love him for that. But, yeah, this video was supposed to come out sooner, and really sorry for holding that off, but here we are now, and I just want to jump right into the video because I worked too long on this for there to be a crazy long intro that I have to take forever to edit. So let's go on to the first drawing. Okay, so here is my first human Bill design, which I have mixed feelings about. I have mixed feelings about all the Bill designs because then again, what I'll be talking about in the second piece is how it's really complicated talking about the human design of a yellow triangle because it can be interpreted in many ways, but again, second art piece, leaving that speech for that. Things I really liked about this art piece, the hair. When I get to the sketchbook tour for the sketchbook that this was featured in, which I really didn't like that sketchbook. I literally just finished it 2 days ago currently. I loved the hair. That was what struck me, and I only did like bust shots, which if you don't know what that is, that's like shoulders and above shots in the sketchbook. So all I saw was the hair and the collar and the beautiful bow tie, which I sadly didn't keep, but was designed by my friend AkiX20. So also go check out her channel because she's severely underrated. She only has like 2,000 to 1,000 subs, which I know sounds like a lot, but for her, the quality that she makes her videos to be, go check Aki out because she's amazing. Anyways, she designed the bow tie, and I loved the bow tie. I loved everything about this. It just, when I chose the colors and when I chose the full outfit, I didn't love it anymore, you know? I kind of fell out of love with it, so that's the main reason I just really didn't like it that much, you know, because eventually with whatever design you make, like, I am on the younger side of common YouTube artists you will see, and so I see a lot of other YouTube artists who are, like, older teens to mid-20s, like, say, Emma Artley or Inkyo, which I love them both. They literally basically raised me as an artist, which is crazy to say, but, like, they'll talk about their past art and be like, blah, 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 this cringe thing I did when I was in middle school, and I'm like, oh. So I know that when I grow up and do more art, I'm going to grow out of that kind of feeling I have for my art now, but that's how I felt in the span of a week with this art piece, you know? I look at it, and I just fall out of love with it. I don't feel like it has a connection to me. I don't feel like, say, like, absolute amazing Bill artists that I love, like Spoony Spine, or gosh, I can't think of any other ones now. Whoever did Puppet Bill, I normally can remember their names, but their name. Sorry, grammar. But I love so many Bill designs, and how they can consistently draw their Bill designs and not fall out of love says a lot. Where like with this one, I couldn't do that. So that's where this ends for me, but let's move on to the next art piece. Okay, so what I'm going to be talking about in this part of the video is my overall, like, I guess, retrospective on how people perceive Bill as a human, elf, whatever, you know, a more humanoid thing than a triangle. Well, for me, it's always been complicated, really, but here, actually, let me put in a quote quickly from my friend MS Studios 33, because she got me a really good script little piece that I'm going to talk about after I share her quote. So also go check out MS Studios 33. She's great. And while I'm at it, I guess, yeah, I'll get right into the quote. Okay, so here she says, one quick note. It's impossible for him to have an ethnicity because he is from an entirely different dimension that might not even have that concept. When people give him human designs, they get to have creative liberties with that aspect. Some people might base it off his voice, which sounds relatively American. 1. As with most Eastern shows, obviously he has to speak English to be understood, and the rest of the cast is American. 2. In lore, he might have just made his voice fit where he was going. I forgot what state Gravity Falls takes place in. So that's Oregon, just so you know. But yeah, I really agreed with that because in my latest recording, not this recording, I've made like 3 recordings of this video, which sounds crazy, but that's pretty normal for me. I talked about how I was like, if I end up changing his skin tone too much, which I did not, but I was like, if I do, then, you know, that's literally just my basic interpretation, and I think that Bill is literally make him whatever you want to make him look like. Skinny, chubby, blonde, black hair, you know, it's a creative decision, and I think what MS Studios 33 talked about really made sense to me and really helped sum up my entire idea of the last recording, because I just felt like I didn't want anybody hating on me for changing something about Bill, you know? So that's all I really wanted to talk about in this one, but let's get into really the design overall. I loved the draped fabric, honestly. I loved a lot of this design. It's really just the top for me. I felt like it was kind of too bulky, like it took too much. You want in a piece for there to be certain elements of the design that really draw you in, but I didn't want it to take away from the cloth and everything. So anyways, let's move on to the next part of the video. Oh, this piece. I'm not saying I hate it, but this has to be my least favorite out of a lot of them. I don't know, though. Now that I think about this one had a lot of potential because something I really liked about this one was the hair, the different colors of hair, which you will see in the future. Sorry if you hear my AC going off, a little annoying, but I really liked the hair for this one. What you'll see when I sketch it, it's the outfit. I feel like it's always the outfit that ruins it for me. Yeah. I feel like you can have such a good Bill design, but because he's such an ambiguous being throughout many different time periods, you can never really get his clothing right, you know? So I feel like you could either go with the standard, you know, Bill design you just see everywhere on random, like, 6th graders' accounts where he just has a suit and a tie, you know, standard for, like, a Bill. Or you could go with, like, I saw this one person and I forgot their name, but I absolutely love their build design, and you'll see this in the last one, but it's more Egyptian rounded, which I love because the Egyptians were very prominent to like Bill's feeling about like human nature. From what I know, I don't have journal 3 or anything, I just have the Book of Bill, so forgive me if I'm wrong. But for this one, I tried to go with a very sleek, kind of elegant-ish look. He looks like a weird cross between a spy and, I don't know, like a super fancy high-class royal or something, you know? He has like this weird bodysuit underneath, but he also has like a very light cloak kind of. And I tried to be cool with this one, so instead of giving him a bow tie, I put the bow tie on his hip to hold up his garment, which I don't hate the idea of. I just feel like it looks a little out of place, you know? I feel like just put the bow tie on. Like, you don't even need to have a collar. It doesn't need to be realistic. He's an elf triangle human being, you know? Who cares? I also went back to one of my first ideas, which is just putting a triangle over his eye, which I don't hate. Lately now I've been doing just one eye closed because I'm like, he already has triangle ears and more triangle shaped eyes, and I feel like you can get too much triangle shaped language to the point where it's a little too triangular to the point where you're like, wow, okay, you're really pushing the bill here. But again, I really liked the hair. I think it had a lot of volume to it, but it also fell down really nicely, which I like personally, you know. The outfit, again, really didn't make me like it. I don't know how to feel about it. I also, if you want to, I'm not saying you have to, I'll try and pin whoever can get the little code I put for Bill's tattoo, because, you know, Ford has the tattoo from Bill that's in a secret code, so if you can solve that, I'll hopefully be able to pin you, unless I need to pin my own comment that's about something important. But here's the finished piece. Okay, final piece, so this is super exciting. I have a little to nitpick with this piece. I honestly, because this is the final piece, so you know, this is like the piece I chose, but we'll get to it when it's fully colored. But things I really like about this is the mouth. That might sound a little weird. I gave him vampire fangs like I have done for other Bills. I just didn't feel like straight teeth or totally spiky teeth felt right for me. So especially kind of going back to the first design with the like Dracula like features that I kind of gave him, in a way, like the collar and things, I decided to give him more vampire teeth, which I thought would also be really cool for some possible ship art in the future. Also, just a side note, if I don't sound like super excited, I'm trying to. Since this video was like 3 months in the making, I kind of fell out of my Gravity Falls little obsession that I got on, and now I'm more obsessed with Rise of the TMNT and Leosagi, so sorry guys if I don't sound as hyped. I feel like I do, but you know, sometimes I sound really sleep deprived in my videos, so I'm just trying to put that out there. Anyways, oh my gosh, my favorite thing about his hair is how it flows. Like, how it falls on his shoulders. I don't know why. I feel like the one thing that I always struggle with, even though I think it's the thing that looks best, I don't know if that makes sense, is hair. There's a lot of things that can go wrong with how I draw hair. I feel like I can draw a lot of side parts. My normal viewers might notice this, but I'm very much a side part person. I don't know why. I'm just not as attached to middle parts. So, you know, that's just my nitpick. But something I love about this hair is the little streaks I gave him. So, not in his older version, but like how across his forehead, kind of covering up his eye, he has that really light blonde streak. I love that. I'm going to, obviously, because as we'll get into it, I don't really like the outfit, but I'm going to make an updated outfit for him because there's a lot of things I like about this outfit. Like you're about to see, I added like an Egyptian element to it, which I mentioned earlier, which I really like. I really like the skin tone I chose for him. I feel like it looks really good against his clothing and his hair. I was trying to not make it blend too much because I've seen a lot of artists talk about that, how like you want to distinguish the hair and the skin tone to like not mesh together too much, you know? You want to have that like pop for a character. So I feel like I did good with that. Don't ask me how his highlights work, why they turn from blonde to white, but his normal hair stays brown. I don't know, maybe some magic thing. One thing I really don't like about this outfit is the white and black shoes. I liked that with the other outfit I did, but I don't know about this one. And the red glove. Ooh. But I like how I just gave him normal pants. I talk about this so much. I love the Handyman Bill Cipher. I forgot who really started that because I've seen a few people do that with like dubbed comics on YouTube, and like they give credit to multiple different owners. So I'm like, who started this, guys? But I guess we're finally finishing up this piece. And we're gonna get on to the final Bill and Ford piece because I promised that. So let's move on then, I guess. Okay, so I'm really excited for this piece because even though I'm not good at side profiles, which don't be afraid to tell me that, just don't be rude about it, but I'm not good at side profiles, so sadly I put a lot of those in the animatic, which yes, I am making an animatic. You can see me kind of putting in some frames there for like reference, but this is going to be my first actual animatic. I didn't really count that one, My Hero Academia Todoroki quote-unquote animatic, because like it's just a bunch of kind of pictures and small animations flipping in between the lyrics, which I don't really count, but this one's more like it's done in flip-a-clip, so it's actually like an animatic, you know? And sorry for blinking out, I really love this. I did grayscale for the cover because I thought it looked really nice, and overall I really fell in love with this animatic. Again, this animatic has been in the works for like 2 months because of the video, so here it is. I really love it, and let's move on to the final segment of the video. Okay, that was quick. I am literally recording this in the span of like an hour, and the second photo is actually going to be talked about tomorrow when I'm recording, so yeah, sorry if like my voice doesn't line up or anything. Anyways, I really hope you liked this video. I don't know how many people will see this, since kind of the normal amount of people who watch my full-length videos are like 15 to 49 people, so even if not too many people see this, I hope you enjoyed it. I really liked doing this video, no matter how long it took me. It's a real passion of mine. I feel like Human Bill emulates, is that the right word? A lot of what I like to do with character design, a lot of creativity. It brings a lot out in me. It gets me thinking, and I love the Gravity Falls fandom so much, no matter how I don't want to talk about the Build It community, but we're not gonna think about that right now. But I just want to say thank you for watching my video. Please consider liking and subscribing, or maybe just watching my videos and commenting every once in a while, because I'm going to be working on a few more videos, such as this superhero kind of story I made with my cousin and my sister, and just a combination of other stuff. So again, thank you for watching my video. And yeah, just overall, have a good day. Please return and check out what I do in the future. I'm hoping to grow bigger as an artist, maybe get sponsors, get more subs, you know, just get overall support. So thank you for watching my video. I've said that like 50 times now. Bye!